We're live. Hey, today's day 86 on America's Great Loop, and relatively boring out here. I am, and I'll turn this thing around just like that, in a marina. It's called West Basin Marina, and it's on the Patuxent River. Patuxent, the Pax River for short. That's what people call it, because it's too hard to say Patuxent. Anyway, it's a military base, naval air station, and the slips here are much more affordable than the ones in the private sector. So obviously, tight self that I am, I take advantage of that when I can. So the goal here is a couple of things. One, I'm trying to burn a little time. It looks like that I might have my two sons meet me in Albany, New York on June 21st, and that's the plan. And I have to slow down, or I'll be in Albany way too early, and then I got to kill 4 weeks sitting in Albany in New York somewhere that I know is more expensive than here. So if you're going to kill time, might as well kill it where it's affordable, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm in Maryland, and tomorrow I'm renting a car, and I'm going to come to Tallahassee for 2 weeks. I've already kind of explored out here a little bit on my e-bike. It's quite hilly here, so the e-bike struggles mightily because the hills just... Actually, it runs really well. It just depletes the battery kind of quick. So I've about had enough of e-biking around here, and I've rode my dinghy over to West Marine, which is about 3 miles by water and 10 miles by car. That's kind of awesome. And I got a new windshield wiper system for the boat up here that had broke on me, and so that's been updated and it's in a good shape. So yesterday I changed the engine oil in the main engine again, and I changed it in the Kubota and the filters. And then as I was running the Kubota generator, I went out there and verified that there was no water coming out the exhaust, and it took me quite a while to figure out what's up. I pulled the cover off the impeller. The impeller looked awesome. Put the cover back on, sealed it up really good. Nothing's happening. So I checked the strainer to see if it was sucking air and couldn't pull water through it. And no, it looked okay. I cleaned it anyway and sealed it really, really good. And I put it back together and I ran it, and nope, no water. So I was like, well, I'll tell you what, I'm pulling that cover back off the water pump impeller, and then I'm going to run it with it off. If it flies apart, it flies apart, but it's going to get a chance to do that. And I pulled the cover off, cranked it up, and the impeller's just sitting there, shaft turning on the inside. All the rubber fins on the impeller were intact. None of them were in bad shape. But the center of the impeller had unglued itself from the rubber part of the impeller, and so the shaft was just turning in the inside of it. I'd never seen that before, so that's a new one. These are the kind of cool things that you get to hear about as you're going along to maybe help you in the future identify a problem. So a new impeller goes in. I had a spare one on board, awesome. And I will be ordering another spare one, and lo and behold, we're pumping water out the exhaust. Everything's good. So that took all day long. I made a ridiculous mess with oil, changing the oil, going from one container to another, and holding a funnel and spilling it on the deck, and it was just, I can't put in words the disgust of the mess that I made and the hours of cleanup that it took. But it's all done. Water pump impeller installed, main engine oil change and filter, Kubota generator oil change and filter, and a new water pump. So that maintenance is out of the way. So when I come back, I'm gonna take a break for 2 weeks. I'm gonna come back, and she'll be ready to just get underway when I get back. today is trying to do all my laundry up. And then I'm going to be packing out my cooler and go get my rental car in the morning and drive 13 hours to get back to Tallahassee to see my wife and children and family and friends. I'm so excited to get to go home again for a couple of weeks. And there's no place like home. But the boat has been doing phenomenal, and I've been super excited. So this is my laundry machine. I will say it does really good on clothing like dry fit, and you know, that kind of shirt that's dry fit. It does really good on that type of material. If you put a towel in here, like this heavy towel, that's a load by itself because it's so big and just thick and heavy. So I mean, you do one towel and it burns up a lot of water. But the beauty about it is when you're in port, you can run your water hose in from outside, like I have done here, which I'm about to move it into the sink. And then you can use all the water you want while you're doing your laundry. And you don't have to walk back and forth to the laundry room and carrying clothes and soap and all that stuff. So it's worked out really well. And then so I don't have a dryer, but I have a spinner. And that thing spins so fast that it almost comes out dry, especially dry fit stuff. I mean, it spins like, I can't tell you the RPMs. It's ridiculous. But it will almost spin them dry. I mean, I'm impressed. Within an hour of hanging them up, I can go right back to folding them up and putting them away in 1 hour for all the dry fit stuff. So you wash a load and then you rinse the load, and then you put them over in the spinner, and then you hang them up. And I put a bunch of hooks up here. See, I got hooks everywhere. Hooks. So it's like a laundromat or it looks like a big giant clothespin. Anyway, so I'm just trying to get all my laundry caught up before I leave, so I don't have to deal with that. When I get back, I can just take on water, get on the way, and not have to worry about the clothes. So the wash machine is pretty cheap. It's super functional in port, uses a lot of water. So doing laundry at sea when you don't have a water maker is just not really a good idea. And then for my drain, it's got a little short hose on it. That's the length of the hose. It goes to right there to there, and that's it. That's not good. So if you're doing laundry out on the back deck, it's fine because I just dump it on the deck. But you're doing laundry inside because the weather's crappy out there. It's cold and rainy. Then I hooked up this little pipe to it and go right down the sink. So that's my laundry system. It's awesome. And so we're going to fill this thing up and do it the wet job and spinner and hang it. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Okay, this video is way too long and but very informative. So if you have any questions or anything like that, just ask down below, I guess, what they say all the time when I see these videos. All right, Dan, y'all take it easy. We're going.